Hey everybody, good day and energy to everybody. So in this video, I wanted to talk about communication, and I referenced the good book, the Bible, and in Timothy, I think it was 6:18. It talks about sharing things, and good communication and good deeds and good works. Um, and something recently happened to me yesterday with a friend I met online, with Dustin Brad, and it wasn't the most positive experience, and our communication line kind of broke down. Um, I think both of us, I still have yet to talk with him about what happened, at least how he, you know, what happened in his mind with the conversation and the encounter. Um, but yeah, with me, some things were exchanged, and I felt like, I just didn't, things just kind of didn't make sense to me. And I wanted to express that to him and then try to just figure things out, try to see eye to eye and get on the same page with stuff. Um, but in conveying that to him, your word choice is important, especially with texts. And I'm starting to see how, when you're conveying like important messages, it's probably better to call people, and talk with them because then they can hear your tone, and for that, I apologize. I like to text. I like to write. I consider myself more of a writer, than a speaker. So I like to text, and that's how I convey and express myself in a lot of ways. And I express, with these words, they can come across kind of cold. I could just see how people could get irritated and hurt by some of the messages I send. And Dustin isn't the only one. There's actually been a few people in the past couple of days that I've had interactions with that they've told me that they don't want anything to do with me anymore. They don't want me to contact them. And I'm sitting at it like looking at this whole thing like, wow, okay, I mean, clearly I've done something to really offend these people, in a very powerful way, and it's strange for me too because I'm feeling a certain type of way about something, and I'm just trying to talk with you guys about how I feel so that we can hopefully find a way to keep this relationship a little bit healthier and going. So I'm trying to do the right thing and just reach out and tell you guys how I feel. But because I'm so I haven't done that very much in my life, so I'm extremely rusty. I really don't know how to do it all that well. Like, I'm very blunt, I'm very harsh, and because I've spent so much time listening to other people and really following them, taking orders from other people, I've built up. There's a little bit of resentment. There's some pent up angst and anger inside of me. And when people give me orders, when other men give me orders, it can irritate me. It can trigger me. I'm not gonna lie. I still got my ego. I still got my ego, and it flares up from time to time. And especially if I don't think the order makes sense. Like, if it's not a good order, I'm like, okay, so now I've got, somebody kind of giving me an order, and it's also an order I don't even think like it's a real good order. So then it's like a double frustration plus with everything else, all these other experiences I've had in the past where I'm, just, taking these orders and following them out and essentially, not speaking my truth, holding my tongue. And that's my fault. Nobody's forcing me to be quiet. There's things that I've had the desire to speak so many times, and I can't tell you how many times I've decided not to say anything because I'm afraid of conflict. And that's where I let fear overpower me. And then I'll tell and then I'll do it, and I'll think it's okay because I'm like, I don't want to create conflict. I don't want to tell this person that I feel this way about something because I think he's going to disagree with me, and then we're going to have to deal with that disagreement, and that's just uncomfortable with me. For me, I don't like dealing with uncomfort. I've kind of, and this is something I'm noticing a lot of other people seem to have seem to share is they don't want to deal with, the uncomfortability of confrontation. And it's something that until recently I was also, I didn't want to deal with it either, you know. But I gotta say, it's been my friends, that have helped, keep me, keep me in the good fight. They've continued, calling me and talking to me and communicating with me. And, I tried to figure out some way to, like, can we just like talk and not share each other's opinions and just talk about things that we like about each other? And it didn't work. Men, I think it's good for men to share their opinions and respectfully talk about them in as constructive a way as they can, with as much respect and as a sense of collaborativeness that's about figuring out what the actual most high efficient truth is. That's what we do. We all go around, we do things, and we learn what we learn, and we get these experiences and these lessons, and then we come and we talk and we converse and we share things. We share our truths and we figure out amongst ourselves, because we are all in agreement that we're here not to try to lie and deceive each other and to hurt each other, but to actually just help each other figure out how to best succeed in this realm together. If that's the goal. If not, then you can still just bounce ideas off of each other and learn from each other. But it's something I had lost touch with. That desire to want to go out there and to speak your mind and to stand by your truth and to explain your good reason, and to be okay with being wrong if you are in fact wrong, and to know that in being wrong you have just found something that is more right and will help you grow and to be more successful and to be more happier and to be more connected with love. It's a good thing to be wrong. You can really have, if you're able to flip your perception that little bit to, that humility to be okay with where you're at and the fact that you don't know everything right now. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. And even the fact that you're thinking you know everything and your ego getting caught up and all that is also all that it's supposed to be. So don't beat yourself up about that. Just take a deep breath, calm down, maybe look at your surroundings and the people in your life that seem to really care about you, and maybe listen to some of the things they have to say, and also share some of the things that you have to say, and try to figure out y'all's truth. If you guys have some common goals and some common passions you guys can collaborate on, that's great. I encourage y'all to build on that. If you don't, then, be respectful and, maybe just keep it moving, or just keep your cool, and just be in the same area, just doing y'all's own things. It's okay. We don't all always have to get along that intimately all the time. It's okay to be different. It's good to be different. That's what helps, adds, and makes the universe more, in my opinion. So I've kind of digressed. I really wanted to make this video to just, again, talk about how important communication is, especially in the times that we're in, and especially if you're trying to help connect other people and help heal people and help bring people together. I've found one of the biggest challenges is dealing with other people's personalities, learning how to, really navigate, talk, help, collaborate, but also guide and share. I mean, it really is quite a skill, and it takes time. It's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to be easy. You're probably going to have fights. That's okay. You grow from those fights. You learn from those fights. You make up from those fights. Your love continues to grow. The flower gets more beautiful, with the resistance. The more pressure, the sharper the point. So, yeah, I encourage everybody to communicate with each other. Express your loves. Express what you think about most. What would you want to die for? What would you want to live for? What type of life do you want? Do you imagine yourself? Do you daydream about? What's true in your heart? What do you want to really share with the world? These are the type of things that when we start communicating each other and really talking about realistic options we have to go about actually achieving these things, these are the steps to really changing our reality. So, I encourage y'all to communicate, to keep speaking your word, to reach out, to make amends, to grow, to love each other, because we're all family here, all right? So Dustin, if you ever want to talk, man, I'm here. If not, if you need some time, or whatever you feel is cool, is okay. I love you, man. I'm gonna keep you in my prayers, And, you know, I look forward to a good future with everybody. All right? Okay. Y'all take care. I love you guys. Peace.